it's an easy way into Mo Salah because we were talking about world players and I'm not here to compare. Mo Salah is 30 years old.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Martinelli is 22 or something, and so is Saka. And by the way, this Arsenal team was 24 years average.
Yeah.
Liverpool were 28.
Very impressive, yeah.
And I think at times he showed.
Yeah.
He showed, and we don't have the time on this show, unfortunately, to go on to squad planning at Liverpool.
Yeah.
But maybe they could have done it differently in the summer instead of putting all their money on Darwin Núñez, who might become very good, but we said that many times, but this is not one for now. However, what's going on with Mo Salah? Talk to me. Because I watched him yesterday, and one, he doesn't seem happy. He doesn't seem that he's enjoying his football right now anyway. We looked at his stats just before the show together. He had one shot, and that was the rubbish, non-target shot. He touched the ball 29 times or something in 70 minutes. Yeah. Not enough. Had no impact. One pass in the final third. I mean, what's going on?
It's crazy to see, actually. We spoke before the show. I think it was 2017-18. He finishes the season with 32 goals and 10 assists. And as you watch him now, he's probably not even getting into the right sort of areas to even contribute maybe half of that.
Yeah.
And that's what's really peculiar. Maybe some of it's to do with the way that other teams are approaching his side, Liverpool in general. So some of the attacks which they had, which maybe lasted for longer in the past, maybe they're not quite there. So the positions he found himself in aren't as good. But it's really strange to see. We can be very much caught in the moment. So let's take it back. Let's take it back a year. A year ago, he was scoring every single week. A year ago, he was up for consideration for Ballon d'Or, things like that. Whereas now he looks like, do you back him? The matchup, Tomiyasu versus Mohamed Salah. 7 times out of 10, 7 people out of 10 would probably say Salah's going to dominate that matchup. But Tomiyasu does really well. He keeps him very, very quiet.
Yeah.
And I didn't think I'd be seeing that, especially for Tomiyasu, who wants to play on the right-hand side.
But did you think that it was clever for Arteta to put a right footer on that left-hand side because
so he
Salah
can come in that side? Yeah, exactly. Like, these little details, they do matter. He's definitely thought that through. On another day, Salah could still score, could still contribute. But Tomiyasu played well. Salah didn't play that well. And him coming off at 70 minutes, like we're caught in two minds, I believe, because there's the Salah that we know and the Salah that we see. So Salah coming off at any point in the game feels wrong because you expect him to do something, even though for the last few weeks he's not really been doing anything. Like, I'm sure he'll come back. I'm sure he'll rise again. But he's just doesn't feel anywhere near as dangerous. There was almost like a level of excitement. If you were at Anfield, I'm sure for the last few years, Salah gets the ball on the wing and you get up off your seat. That feeling, that sound. You go to games all the time with your fancy seats. When you start hearing the seats just bashing
the
up.
box,
But when you hear all the seats like rise up, it's like, everyone's up because here's Salah. Whereas now, it's just negative. Nothing's really happening, and confidence matters within football.
Yeah.
And you can see, for as much as he doesn't have it, you look further down the pitch and someone like Martinelli has it all, and that's why he's trying to take it to defenders.
I don't believe at all in this big contract at 30 narrative.
No,
I don't think he has an impact on you because you've signed a bumper £400,000 a week new deal when you're 30 years old. Same with Aubameyang.
Yeah.
I think the issues were somewhere else for Aubameyang, and I think they might well be for Salah. I just think it's sad to see him. I don't know if maybe he needs to be dropped and benched against Rangers, for example, at Anfield, the game that you're going to win with. Sorry.
You call it rotation.
It's a way in Scotland, but rotation, or maybe you don't because you wait for him to get that sort of the turning point. Maybe he scored a hat-trick against Rangers in midweek this week, and then it goes again.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think as far as what would happen with Salah, I think it's going to come down to Jurgen Klopp, who knows him very, very well. Yeah. Because there are some players, for example, who maybe need to be taken out of the team to get the high back. But if his confidence is low and it's the opposite of that, if you take him out and he watches someone do well, before you know his confidence could be even lower. And to go back to your point about the contracts for 30-year-olds, we're going to at some point talk about a player who's 38 years old, who's scored 700 goals. He's like his career from 30 to 37 is better than most people's from 17 through to 40. So let's put some more perspective on that. And since when has job security been a problem?
Exactly, it should be the other way around.
Literally, security allows you the chance to go out and try and express yourself and enjoy your football more. So I think we need to be sort of broader in our thoughts about that. But I still believe he'll be fine. He'll still score goals. But just something's not quite there yet, that spark. And it just goes to show, again, it's the other side of the coin. A year ago, he was the most confident player possibly on planet Earth. A year later, things aren't dropping the same. The chances aren't going in. And as a consequence, this is who he is.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN Plus.